Well, my friend. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. It is not going to work. It's never going to get you what you want. You're always going to be one of two places. You're either going to be looking down on you, thinking you're better than another person, and you're going to be putting them down, which is a negative energy you don't need, or you're going to be looking at those ahead of you and you're going to be saying, oh man, they're just so much better than me. They must be, they're special. I'm not special. They're special. I blah, 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 right? Either way, there is no way to stay neutral if you're comparing yourself to another person. This becomes complicated, though, when I say the following. Competition matters. What am I talking about? Competition matters. Well, it does matter, right? In order for you to accelerate to the highest level possible, you've got to be able to compete, which means you have to compare yourself to another person. Because in order for you to win in a competition, you have to have beaten someone else. Well, okay, well now we're at an impasse, Trevor. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Okay, stick with me because it makes perfect sense here in a second. Competition's valid. We want the competition. We also can't compare ourselves to other people because it'll lead us to either coveting or coveting or putting others down. I guess elevating yourself, which becomes this place where you start to believe things that just simply are not true about you. Right? You start to live in this fantasy and these lies. We talked about that in a bunch of other videos, so I'm not going to hit on that today. But what I am going to hit on is the competition that you are in is not with another person. And as soon as you start comparing yourself to other people, you are losing. That's it. I don't care who it is you're talking to. I don't care if it's in your body, right? And the way you look physically. You start comparing yourself to other people in the gym, you're screwed. I don't care if it's in your relationship. You start looking at someone else's relationship and you think, oh, there's this, that, and the other. And guess what? You're screwed. You start comparing yourself to somebody else in your church. You're like, man, they're so spiritual. They're just so spiritual. This is just crazy, and I'm not as spiritual. I suck, right? Or inside of your business, right? You're a business owner, and so you start looking at other business owners, and you're like, well, shoot, they just went on that killer vacation. I didn't go on that vacation. Well, they drive they drive the Mercedes S63. Damn, I don't drive a Mercedes S63. I drive a Lexus IS 350. Man, it's still a cool car, but it's not that cool. Man, boom, compare. One of the biggest problems with this comparison game is the fact that it does not motivate you to do more. Now, you can look at other people and see what they have, but there's ultimately a competition that's existing, but that competition is with you. And it's with a certain version of you, right? Because there's the you that's sitting here today. There's that version of you. And then there's the you, guess what? The you of yesterday. The you of last week. The you of 3 months ago, the you of the past. And so that's who you're really competing with. You're competing with the version of you in the past. You're not competing with the version of you in the future. You're trying to create the version of you in the future. There's you today compared to you tomorrow or you yesterday. Are you better today? When you compete against you, when you operate against you, did you improve? Did you beat the version of you yesterday? Or did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday go by and you didn't compete with the you of yesterday and you're the same? And it's impossible to stay the same, which means you went backwards, which means you lost the competition. That's it. Every day I go to the gym, I don't compare myself to other people in the gym. Don't really care. I don't care what they look like. They look like what they look like. That's it. They look like what they look like. I don't care about anything other than that. So when I go to the gym, guess what I'm comparing myself to? I'm comparing myself to what I did the day before. I have an app for that. It's beautiful. Works amazingly. I sit in this app and I can see what was the Trevor yesterday doing on this exercise, or 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, depending on when I cycled through to that workout. And I can look at it and I can see, oh, you did this with this many reps. Well, guess what? Guess what, buddy? I'm going to beat you. And so I step up today, the version of me today, and I compete against that version of me the last time I did that exercise. Right? That's a very simple way of doing it. Very simple way inside of the body. How about inside of your morning routine? Maybe you got a crappy morning routine. You're waking up all sluggish eyes, sleeping in late, getting up, grabbing your cup of coffee, and you're like just trudging into the office, showing up all sleepy-eyed. You got the boogers in the eyes. You're doing the whole thing like that. Yeah, that could be one version of you. Okay, and in that version of you, there's a certain level that you are not operating. That's just not ideal. And if that continues every single day, guess what? You're competing against the old version of you, and the old version of you is there, and then you're doing the same thing. And so there's no growth, expansion, there's no newness. So the competition, guess what? You're losing. So you can take a look at your life in every single domain, body, being, balance, business, doesn't matter. And there's a version of you from yesterday that you're competing against. So you have to ask yourself one simple question. Am I winning? Am I winning the war, the battle, whatever you want to call it, whatever cliche statement you want to put in there? Am I winning? Right? Am I better than I was yesterday across all 4 areas? Did I do something today that makes me better than yesterday? Right? And you've got to define what that is. So I want you to take a look at your world. Instead of focusing on all 4 domains, I want you to focus on just one. What is one domain? What is the one domain? What is the one thing in your life that right now, guess what? You're losing. Why? Because you're not doing anything today different than what you did yesterday. If your whole entire life seems like you're on a Groundhog's Day or you're on a hamster wheel, guess what? That's because you keep losing every single day. And you have the power and the control to do something about it. So you need to do something about it. So once you've identified the domain where you're doing this, what is that thing that you can do about it today? What is the one thing that you can do about it today? And then do something about it. Make a change. Simple success swinging singles. One simple little action that you can take that's going to make the difference. That's all I got for you. It's your boy Trevor White here on this wonderful, beautiful Friday as the day I'm filming this in my beautiful home. Yeah, blue skies, baby, blue skies. I'm out in my front yard. I live in Kauai, Hawaii. Why? Because I built this life. I built this life for me. What life do you want to build for you?